name is Chris Lonsdale. I'm the Managing Director of Team Fitness Personal Training, and today we're going to go through your nutritional DVD. At Team Fitness we really help people strip fat and transform their body for life, and we want to give all our clients the tools to get the best results possible. And today's DVD is going to really give you some valuable information about how to get some quality results. We're going to talk about eating quality whole foods, and that's what we recommend at Team Fitness. Foods that are the closest to their natural state as possible. This really helps to make sure you get the most nutrients out of your eating and to make sure you really help to boost your metabolism. I'm going to give you some great tips today, so stay tuned and have a look through some of the advice that we can give you. So guys, we're in the kitchen here today, and as you can see, Olivia's preparing, and this is such an important thing to do on the weekend, to make sure you've got all your meals ready to go. The most important thing to do before you actually do any of this preparing is to plan out your week. Work out exactly what you're eating in your week, plan out each of your breakfasts, your snacks, your lunches and your dinners. And it may sound like taking a lot of time, but it takes you 5 minutes initially just to plan out your initial week, and use your nutritional information that you got in your folder to really help with that. Once you've done all your shopping, you've got all your healthy foods, your nuts, everything ready to go. It's all in the house, and it just makes it a lot easier to get things organised. As you can see here with Liv, she's cutting up some of the red meat to prepare for the lunches in each week. So as Liv continues on with the lunches, this is a preparation for a lunch that I have each week, and it's a bit of red meat with a bit of a mix of rice, and it's very easy to put together. She's just cutting the meat up and she's about to cook it all up, and it's all set to go for the week. So it's quite easy and efficient. If you get this done on the Sunday, you know you've got every single one of your lunches all prepared and ready to go. And we'll show you in a minute just how to take it from the fry pan once it's ready to go and put it in containers and make sure it's ready for each day to make things easier on you during the week and efficient and effective. So with the meats, once they're there, all right to go, as you can see we've got all the containers here, and it's really essential to try and make as much as you can. It might be 1 week's worth, or you might actually make 2 weeks worth, and you're whacking in the freezer. So with these containers, it's good to have a fair bit of Tupperware, or you can buy those cheap Chinese containers from Woolworths or Coles or something like that. Have them all out ready to go. You've got your meat, 1 or 2 kilos, depending on how much you're making for how long you're making. You put your meat, your rice in your containers, and it's all ready to go. It's all easy, and you just whack that in the freezer. So here we go with Olivia preparing all the meat. What she's done here is got that meat organised. She's also got a bit of rice. In this particular meal I'm having a bit of carbohydrates with my meat, and this is obviously relative to what I'm doing with my training and my current goals, taking everything else into consideration as well. But depending on what you're trying to achieve, you may have a similar style setup, or you may be changing it a little bit with a bit less carbs or some chicken breast or whatever. So it's all very dependent on what you're trying to achieve, but chat to either your trainer or myself or Olivia about that further. So Liv's putting it obviously in containers now. What she's done before she actually started cutting it up and frying it up, she's measured it out so she knows the quantities that we should have been having for each of these meals, depending on how many containers we had. So it's all easy. So once you've got your fry pan with your chicken or your meat or whatever, you can just evenly distribute it around all your Tupperware containers. So it's really effective and quite easy. So you do this with your meat and with your rice, depending on sort of what you're eating. Now it's important to understand with all this nutritional preparation, it may look like a lot of work, but once you get used to it, you do it a couple of times, it's fairly time effective. You do it on a Saturday or a Sunday, and it's really quick and really easy. It might take you half an hour to an hour max to have everything set to go, to make the rest of your week with your eating and nutrition a lot easier to get through. So once all this is done and organised, you're all set for the week or the following week as well if you decide to do a couple of weeks worth. So takes a bit of time on the weekend, but well worth the time that you save down the track to eat quality foods every single day. So what we've got here is a standard day that I have in every week, and it's pretty basic. I pretty much stick to the same plan every single day. I plan a free meal into my week each week, but basically I've found a plan that works for me. It is good to prepare. I can get it all together, and it's getting me some good results at the moment. And obviously as you progress you need to adjust your plan a little bit, but it's a plan that I really enjoy the foods and can get it organised each week. So going through it, basically this is what I have in every week. Start off with breakfast with about 5 eggs there. Mainly had the egg whites, also had a whole egg with that. Also got my oats bowl, so get all my quality carbohydrates and some protein in the morning. Then mid-morning I move into a bit of a snack with some natural yogurt, some almonds, a bit of protein powder for flavouring. That's a mid-morning. Then I move into lunch. I make sure with my lunch I get plenty of vegetables, I get a good source of protein, a good source of carbohydrates, because I know in a couple of hours it's a bit of a downtime in the gym mid-afternoon, so I can get my training session in. So those carbohydrates I'll be using in my training session, so it's very important. Straight after my training session I'll make sure I get my quality supplements in to get the most out of my workout and ensure they're in. But within the hour after I finish my training session and get my supplements in, I'll make sure I get another quality protein meal with some carbohydrates and again plenty of vegetables. Vegetables really help to get your metabolism going and really get your body working. I'm also making sure in my day, this is a 1.5 litre bottle, making sure I get at least 3 of these in each day, and then towards the end of the day around the 5:30 mark I'm getting my afternoon snack in of a bit of tuna on some light rice crackers or Vita Wheats or something like that. Obviously don't have my dinner meal in here as well, but my dinner meal basically each night is a good serving of fish with a big serving of veggies and some good fats as well, which is normally some almonds and something like that. So this basically gives you a good idea of what I'm planning in my everyday and how I work my carbohydrates and my meats around my training times. And what I'll go and show you now is how to actually get all this stuff together, so I can actually leave for work first thing in the morning and have all this stuff really easily ready to go each day. Okay, so going from all the foods I had out there before, you can now see how I've just prepared them for each day to make them very quick and easy and ready to go. First off, the breakfast, obviously I don't have to pack that in the lunch bag, but a lot of people make the excuse that they just don't have time for breakfast to put some eggs together and some oats. It's really quick and easy. You got 5 eggs, you throw them in a pan, scramble them up, quickly have them. Oats, basic, you pour them out, you add a bit of natural yogurt, add a bit of flavouring and you're ready to go with that. So it's really easy to get a quality breakfast in and try and avoid having that excuse that you don't have time. 5-10 minutes early, just get out of bed and get it, because it's so important to have a quality breakfast to get your body ready for the day. So here we've got everything ready to go. All my snacks I'll put in my containers, really easy. Snap-Lot bags with all my almonds, they're in there as well. Also grab my can of tuna, heaps of cans of tuna in the cupboard, so they're quick and easy to grab. All my Vita Wheats or Cruskits or whatever, they're ready, they're wrapped up, ready to go. Veggies are all in the container. Normally at night I just make a massive salad or a big lot of veggies and just have plenty left over, so I put them in the container because generally they don't freeze real well. But what does freeze well is your carbohydrates with your rice and your meat. They're just quickly out of the freezer, and just grab those first thing in the morning, whack your veggies away, and you're pretty all set. Also got my shakers, also throw those in the front of the bag, and the water as well. So basically first thing in the morning it's all there. I just pull it out of the cupboard and pull it out of the freezer and throw it in the bag, and within 2 minutes I've got my day's lunch and snacks all ready to go, it's so much better than getting to work and trying to work out, geez, I want to eat healthy, what am I going to eat? You just can't get the results you want to get by trying to get takeaway and get foods from cafeterias and things like that. It's just so important to get this sort of stuff organised and get on top of it. And initially it might take you a bit of extra time, but spend that time initially, because you'll start to get used to getting things organised, and you'll find it a lot easier. And guess what? You're going to save a hell of a lot of money by doing this sort of stuff instead of actually going out and buying your foods every single day. So get into it. So what I'm going to cover now is just some tips to make it a little bit easier when you're preparing your foods and adding flavourings and things like that. The most important thing is obviously your lunch bag. There's a couple of options here. Obviously with myself at the moment I'm eating a lot of food, so I've got a bigger lunch bag there, but a size like this may suit people a lot better, and you pick these up from Kmart or Big W or whatever, and once you've got them they're really easy, you just throw all your foods in there each morning. Another really good tip is these Snap-Lock bags. I can make a week or 2 weeks worth of nuts and just put 20 or 30 grams, whatever I'm having at the time, into those bags and put them in the cupboard, and they're ready to go, and I just grab them first thing in the morning. Some other tips as well with flavourings of food, because you're eating high quality natural foods, it doesn't have a lot of flavourings to them. So some good choices that we have here are your herbs and spices, a bit of salt and pepper, some mustard, and instead of things like your tomato and barbecue sauce, these options have a lot less sugar, a lot less preservatives, and can add a bit of flavour to those whole natural foods. So there's some really good options. Another good tip is to get your protein shakers. With your supplements, it's just so important to get the most out of your training. So there's a couple of big supplements that I definitely recommend with your training. You've got your whey protein powder. I definitely recommend after you train to be getting this into the body. Straight away, have a bit of powder mixed in with one of these shakes, add a bit of water, and straight after your workout, getting that into the body. What happens during your workout, especially with weight training, you get a bit of damage into your muscles, so this helps that muscle repair straight after your workout. Another one I definitely recommend is L-glutamine. The body's made up of 22 amino acids, and L-glutamine makes up about 60% of those amino acids, so it's a quality one to get into the body with your protein straight after your workout. There's heaps of other options as well, your pre-workout shake, or you can have something during your workout, but I'd mainly focus initially on your first couple, your protein and L-glutamine, and get those into the body straight away. But if you want to get a bit more advanced down the track, let me or Olivia or your trainer know, and we can discuss supplements a bit further. But these are all some quality things to have in your week, and make sure you've got a bit of flavouring in your food, and you're well prepared to make things a lot easier. Okay, so some of those tips we gave you there, it may sound like a lot of work, but it's really quite easy once you get organised and start getting everything prepared. A lot of people will put a lot of focus into your training structure and planning your training week and things like that without putting the focus on your nutrition. In terms of transforming your body and losing body fat, nutrition comprises about 70-80% of the results you're going to get, so it's very important to put that focus into your nutrition to get the most out of your training. Now, your training is really important to get the most out of your fitness and flexibility and strength and things like that, but for actual body composition and transforming your body, you need to be getting that nutrition right. So take the time and really start to plan your week, plan your foods, get all this stuff organised, and it'll make it so much easier, and you'll be getting your results so much faster. So that's it with our nutritional DVD. Hopefully you guys got a lot of information that you can put into action straight away with that. Remember, if you want to achieve quality results and transform your body, nutrition side of things is just so important, and I really recommend taking these tools and implementing them straight away. And remember, if you have any further questions, you can contact myself at chris@teamfitness.com.au, or olivia@teamfitness.com.au, or just chat to your trainer next training session and go from there.